Citi Field in Queens, New York. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Detroit Tigers going up against the New York Mets. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shelby. Pete Alonso riding a power surge coming into this one, Chris. He's already in 4 straight games.
He is managing to find pitches that he can barrel off and do damage with, and really that's the key for him. As long as he can get the back to it, because he's so strong, there's a good chance that it leaves the ballpark. Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch, and before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
That one to first, and he picks it up, and he'll put it in his pocket. And he'll 2. Swing and a pop-up. McNeil moving under it. He dives, but can't hang on. That's a base hit.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you've got to make them pay. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Gio Urshela down the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. 0-2 now. On the ground is second, it might be 2. Off balance feet, there's 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Here's Riley Green. Outfield playing pretty shallow. That's to third. Base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds it second with 1 gone.
Waste no time there. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
They tried to third, and he's out. Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Over to first, and that is the inning. Tigers lead 1. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in my Found City, and on the hill in this one, Jack Flaherty. What do you have on him, City?
Yeah, ZRA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. One of the keys is just you never have a consistent delivery here, or if Keith has delivery, so you can hit the spots that you want to hit, you have a higher chance of being successful.
Bottom of the first, Starling Marte up to him. As he turns on the rubber, and with that big live arm delivers. Swung on, belted. That's back. That's down. One out's off the wall. And it's a double to start the bottom of the first.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone. He was clearly ready to jump all over it.
And now here's Jeff McNeil, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. Can't get there, and it deflects off it. In comes the first one of the game. It's 1-0 Mets.
Well done, drives in the run. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Unbelievably, had 7 hits in the game yesterday. That's ripped, and this one could be extra bases. Big deal. Around second, headed for third. Headed for the plate. He's set. We all saw us hit hard, but how hard was it, Singy? Statcast is here with the answer.
Yeah, Boog, it says the exit velo was 113 miles per hour, and it looked every bit of it, didn't it? I mean, just an impressive swing of the bat, and clearly he saw it out of the pitcher's hand, no problem.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Crushed, left center field. This one's deep, forget it. That's worth the price of admission. That's his 5th homer of the series. And they add on. It's 4-0. And that's his 5th straight game leaving the yard.
And boom, if he goes a game or two without hitting a home run, he's going to feel like he's going to get sent down to the minor leagues. Well, he went up there to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. Smoked on the ground a second. 1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer. So up next for New York, Francisco Alvarez. Rip, but it goes foul.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can. Give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
Urshela to first in time. That's it out.
Well, at this pace, he's not going to be in this game for very long, but he's got to find a way to shake it off, keep it isolated to 1 inning, come back out. You could throw up a bunch of zeros and save his bullpen.
That one is absolutely belted. Out of here. He made a pay for that one. Second home run of the inning for him. And they tack one on the board. It's 5-zip.
The pitcher knew as soon as that ball left his fingertips, it was trouble. Right on a platter, right down the heart of the plate. I'm sorry, but big league hitters don't miss that pitch.
Now here is Tyrone Taylor. Swings here and blocks one left field. And that one is out of here. Another one. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 6-0.
Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, boys. And this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
And here comes the Tigers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Jack Flaherty won't go any further, and the home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the long. Coming on after the break. So the Tigers get a new arm from the pen, Miguel Diaz.
I think it's going to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. It just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's going to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
High fly ball down the left field line, and it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second, and he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double. So the batting order turns over. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Starling Marte. That one the other way. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And he... Top of the second. And now the rookie second baseman, Colt Heath. Uto back to work. Bounce to third. A dive. Nice stop. Fires to first. And that's a great play for the out. Wow, Singy, he showed off great reaction time and arm strength on that play. We need to take another look at it.
Yeah, no doubt, Bo. I mean, the StatCast numbers are absolutely impressive, but that's one of those plays I appreciate more with the naked eye. The reflexes, top notch, and this guy's a magician with the glove.
And next up for the Tigers, Spencer Torkelson. And first offering is fouled off. And that skips into dirt. The Mets up big in this one here at the top of the second. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the right-hander deals. Sets him down on strikes. Throws him with the heater at the knees. Here's Mark Canha. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Oh, and he hit him.
A little concerned about a break to worry about, and it's still hit.
And that's in the dirt. Canha for first with 2 away. Back up to the left. On the foul ground. Baden brings it in. And that is that. 1 left for Detroit. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Towards center field, bottom of the second. Jackson Field. The unknown for him is contact. The guy who's going to deliver an average, not a ton of power. He's looking to get lines out somewhere.
Yeah, that's why it's a team. And when you look at a lineup, he's a great 2-hole hitter, or a guy that you could put at the bottom to help turn that lineup over and have some momentum for your top hitters coming up to the plate.
Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is.
This one's into the outfield. Took the extra bases. McNeil around third. Save.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Loud contact, leads to the double. You could tell that extra base was
Right here.
as he jumped off the
Right,
stick.
like one up here. Now I know it's not fixed, but there was nothing wet, and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I just found it. It was like
Here's Pete Alonso. He's already homered in this game.
and it would just stop right here, and
So was he there?
yeah, I just found it like
Roll
after
on
you
to
called. When
Torkelson.
you called me, I just found it. It was like I was talking to Jesse at
Now
my
up to
house,
hit
and I was
Francisco
telling him,
Lindor.
wait,
0 for 1 so
here,
far.
and I was like, I'm gonna show it to him, and we were like moving stuff. So, I was
Swing
weird because I
ball
put
ripped
it.
out towards right
A
center field.
bucket
A
down
touchdown for a
here.
hit.
So
They
I
send
was
the
like,
lead.
and I was like,
Everyone
the
scores
water
for
second,
second.
and I
It's
thought,
8-0.
He was all over that.
So I
Good
was
job getting the foot down so he could catch
Okay,
it.
so finally we got
Came out
it.
nicely for the knock.
yeah,
At the plate, Francisco Alvarez.
but so they want all of the
Back there.
off, yeah.
And
And
for
he
good.
said, one guy told me 6 weeks, the
They
other guy
lose
said,
their lead. It's
they
10-0.
thought he could get it done, like they could get it done, they still have a permit. So he's saying like, but he said he'll let me know in enough time.
I mean, one thing before they can start running.
Really nice swing on that one. Everything was on time. Took
As soon as they
it
get
back to the
the
ball. Excellent extension. And just drove
And
it
so
out.
what,
Look at that.
you do it, your step out, right?
Yes, they have to finish.
Joey Wentz
Whenever
on
they
the pitch here.
face,
Well, we need
and
someone to
that's
stop
when
the
they finish.
lead and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Oh, yeah.
One out bases
And then we're gonna do one more
Ronnie Mauricio go
guy
now.
set that all
He's
up.
already homered
for
here in
another
this
fan.
one.
Another fan.
I have it, but I just
Yeah.
didn't put it up.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out of the center field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out
He's got all
single.
his things working.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride low, out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Digging in, Tyrone Tate. Hit hard, that gets through. They fired it quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself
Yeah,
a
for
hit.
the
And
glass.
now, snug to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. He circles the bases. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to the lead. It's 13-0, and their 5th home run of the game.
Some things in this sport are contagious, Boog, and right now for this team, clearly it's the long ball.
Okay, so Ace.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up.
That one ripped left field, and it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
That's towards center. Padu makes the catch. Runner tags at second. Actually, he'll stay put, and there are 2 outs. So, man aboard, and the batter now, Brandon Nimmo. Well struck right field. In one hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Run comes in from second. It's 14-0.
Everything came together for him. Nice line.
Tyler Holt comes on now.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Man at second here with 2 away. And stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the power hitting catcher, Jake Rogers. And the right-hander back to work. There's the swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
The 0-2. Back to the mound. He's got it. The throw to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. So the lineup flips over. And up next for Detroit, Akil Baddoo. Reached on an infield single his first time. And that's in for a strike. The Mets up big in this one. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And they'll do it again. Swings and misses. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third. 2 outs, base is empty. Gio Urshela steps in. 0 for 1, he hit into a fielder's choice his first time. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. 2 outs, base is empty. And that one hit to first. He'll do it himself. And the Tigers retired 1-2-3. Tigers fail to make any noise, but this one's pretty much over. 14-0. We're back, set for the bottom of the third. Here's Francisco Lindor. The line to kick the pitch. Pulls out on foul.
Well, these Mets putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way, gone. He blasts a souvenir into the second deck. That's his third home run of the series. And they tack on to their lead. It's 15-0.
The wind didn't hurt the chances of that ball getting out of here, that's for sure. With the low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll be hit hard. You can swing there, patient,
I actually have one that
all over again.
I'm not thinking about, but it's like a thing to cover up there.
And next to the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. And a swing and a miss.
0-1 for count.
It's in a box downstairs. But we talked about doing it last week.
Blind into right. Puts it away for the out.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Race down the line. Took the extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. Pulls into the double. Third hit for him today.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on the line. You know, hitters, it takes so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game. But right there at the end, and he did it perfectly.
Tyrone Taylor now at the plate. And first offering is fouled off. And it's second. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And the throw's offline, safe at third. Now the third baseman, Brett Baty. That's a base hit as a run scores.
Back-to-back singles, pretty tough for the infielder to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
In the air, left field. Canna right there to make the grab. Running tags at second. Oh, the throw is over his head. So they're at the corners now. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. Base hit and a run in to score.
He's up there looking to be aggressive and got something he can handle. Just a solid swing right there. Got it out fine and whipped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And now it's going to be swing and that ball smashed on the wall. And that one hops the wall. Runner from second crosses the plate. And they extend that lead.
Back-to-back base hits.
Andrew Schaefer enters the game. So 2 on and 2 away. Stepping in the long ball threat, Pete Alonso. 1 for 3. Hard hit left side. They take the force out, and they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. Back here in Queens, John shopping with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Riley Green. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Oh, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's level above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
He's a baby. Gotta get fixed on Tuesday.
Terry Carpenter up now for the Tigers. Grounded out his first time.
Poor cat. Tuesday. Oh, bye-bye.
Carpenter, 26 years old, and he's usually in the outfield. Today he's the DH.
I'm hot. Like $500.
Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, drops into the glove.
SPCA
And a
sometimes
couple
sends
quick
cheaper, but
outs.
they don't have any
Colt
space.
Keith
They don't have
getting
any
ready to
time.
hit.
They
Swing
don't
and a
even have
miss.
it. They said they, when I called, they
These
said
hitters
they
have come
didn't
out
have the
ready to
option.
swing the bats early in the count and swing it often. If you want to score some runs, have an offensive explosion, that can be a route to doing it.
Here's the 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. And the pitch. This to third. Urshela to first in time. One out in the bottom of the fourth. So up next for New York, Francisco Alvarez. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. That was blasted to the moon. He's done it again. His second home of the game, and they add to their lead. It's 19-0.
Exactly the pitch he was looking for, crushes it, and hits it out of the ballpark.
Base is empty, one away. Ronnie Mauricio will hit next.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give it the cycle.
Urshela throws the first in time. Tyrone Taylor digs in now. 3 for 3, 2 singles and a homer. Hot shot to third. Tosses across the first. What a play, inning over. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast. We played 4. This is Mets baseball on the show. NY back here at Citi Field, all set for the start of the inning. And now the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson. Went through there for a strike.
Well, these Tigers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Ground ball right side. Steps on first for the out.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
So digging in, Mark Canha. And that's in there for strike 1.
0-1.
Swing and a ball lifted to center field. Taylor pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. Andy Ibanez now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. And that one fouled off. The Mets up big in this one here in the second game of the series. And that's in there at the knees.
Well, this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
That just misses ball 1.
It's a good take.
And the righty deals. Got him looking. He didn't like the ball. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's the third baseman, Brett Baty.
Oh, yes, Luke. He's on the brink of one of your favorite milestones. He's completed 3 legs of the cycle.
I love me some cycle. Ground ball to the right side. Took the extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. It's a double, his fourth hit of the game. Back to the top of the Mets order. And stepping in for New York, Starling Marte.
He's hit for that pop. Came into the gates really strong.
Fine, turn it off and go clean your room. And I'm gonna call James and tell him he cannot come. The room is not clean.
There's a swing and a drive. Gone. That'll fire up the dugout. His fourth home run of the season. And they add on. It's 21-0. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
New pitcher for the Tigers, Will Vest.
Well, these Mets doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Double-digit hits and 0 strikeouts. I don't know which of those is more impressive, but especially in today's game, that's something they can feel very good about.
Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. 4 for 4 with 3 doubles and a single. Now a screamer into the outfield. Green snags it for the second out. Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. Line drive, base hit, and that extends the inning. Siggy, that was a laser shot, and a good thing we have StatCast to give us the details.
Yeah, get out of the way on that one. That ball flew out of the box at 112 miles per hour. You talk about generating a ton of power in that swing. He did it with quick hands, good lower half, and just unloaded on that ball.
On Friday.
Lindor retired.
But
And that
I
is the
think they'll
third
be
out of the
down.
inning. Mets had 2 runs on this blast. 5 innings complete. You're watching Mets baseball on the show NYC. And we're back. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now here's the Detroit catcher, Jake Rogers. Buto back to work. Right down to shoot, 0-1.
Well, this guy on the mound's done a lot better than we would have expected, and the hitters just don't seem to have the right game plan. They're taking too many mistake pitches for called strikes.
Righty to the plate. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Looking for the K.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. Got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
That's out to center field. Taylor coming on. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Here's Gio Urshela. Close one doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1. Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Urshela checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. No swing. He held up. Clyde Washington with the call there. Kicks and fires. Foul ball there. Two down, nobody on. Down on strikes he goes. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1. Now a catcher up to hit, Francisco Alvarez. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone. Stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
And he deals. Liner snagged it first.
He put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives don't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Congratulations, Frank Rader.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. And it gets by him.
Done.
Around second, he wants the cycle.
I was calling about where we want to
And
stay.
that's what he did. He has done it. What a performance at the plate.
He's come through for him at the plate in every way possible in this one. It might be a little bit of a quirk in terms of stats.
Base hit and a run in to score.
What do you want to do?
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
And the batter now, Brett Beebe. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Back down. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 24-0. This one absolutely screamed out of here, Simi. A late shirt. Statcast tells us it was 112 miles an hour off the bat.
Yeah, it left in a real hurry and didn't go that far because of the launch angle being a little.
The picture on here, Alex Lang. Back to the top of the lineup. Now it's going to be Starling Marte.
I'll send you a picture of it. It's like
That one clubbed out towards left center. That'll be extra bases. And return for second. That's a double. And he's got a 4-week day.
Going to see the man very well in this one. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
One out, runner at second. McNeil stands in.
Wait, the Palms doesn't really have a mall
There's a
here.
strike.
But we could find a nice one near a mall. Like, that's fine. And there's anything else you want to do?
Scores to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. A gigantic blast. Second home run of the inning for them. And they boost their lead. It's 26-0.
Well, he put a really nice swing on that one. Everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off the bat like that.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 away.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time off they'll find a hole.
Looking to left center. Way back there. And that is gone. A massive home run. Their 3rd home run of the inning. And they tack one on the board. It's 27-0.
Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. We're runs in the game, I'd say spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. No question about this one. It's out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. That's his 4th home run of the series. And they add a run. It's 28-0.
No pressure on the next guy, but that's back-to-back home runs. How many are they going to hit? Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. You know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. But on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
That one fouled off. So far, 7 runs across in the frame here at the bottom of the 6th. Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking foul ball.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
0-2 now. This one's smoked on its way out of here. And he's gone yard again. That's his 3rd home run of the game. And they add to the lead. It's 29-0.
Or not, but I tell you what, this was basketball. That opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
So 2 away with nobody on. Ronnie Mauricio getting ready to hit. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. So a 2 out knock keeps the inning alive. Try to wiggle out of a rundown now. And they put the tag on him. That's the 3rd out. Back here in Queens, we go to the top of the 7th, and now the right fielder, Riley Green. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. And a swing and a miss, down on strikes, picks up strikeout number 7.
Just couldn't catch up on the low 90s fastball right there. That's a result of a good job of changing speeds. Off-speed pitch on the one before, then sped him up. Pitchers that don't throw real hard have to rely on location and mixing up the speeds. That wasn't the best location with the fastball. And clearly that wasn't the pitch he was looking for at the plate either.
Left-hand hitter waits. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday, another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
And a foul ball.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low. Throwing the ball very well right now.
Fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. To second, pulls him off the bag. So 2 down, and here is Spencer Torkelson. Snap throw to third again. Throw is low, and he can't pick it. The Tigers with a lot of ground to make up here in the top half of inning number 7. Couldn't catch up to the heater. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jason Foley. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. The pitch. Ripped on a line to center. Padu makes the grab on the run.
Clearly ready to hit right right there. First pitch of the inning hits a bullet, and it just is one of those bad luck ABs.
Swinging a laser off the bat. This looks like extra bases. And now let's see if he goes for it. He's in at second with a one-out double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. It one hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. The run comes in from second, and the lead continues to grow.
Comes through with the RBI. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Stepping in, Jeff McNeil. Line drive, base hit right field. Into third now. So runners at the corners and one out.
Another hit. I mean, these types of performances at the plate don't come around too often. This is pretty special. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced.
Runners on the move. They're hot. Should be extra bases. One run is in. Another comes in to score, and they extend their lead. On in between, trying for third now. And they tag him out. Pete Alonso will hit next. Scorched to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. If you hit the ball that far, you know we're going to check the numbers. Let's go back to the nerd and stat pass. That was impressive.
Yeah, wow. I mean, they don't hit him much farther than that, Boone. Everything's got to come together to hit a ball like that, and he really showed us something right there.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Francisco Lindor. And there's a strike. Good hitter at 98. That one's in there. And it's 0-2.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at-bat.
2 outs. Lays down a bunt to the right side. And they put the tag on him for the out. 4 runs in the inning on 5 hits. No errors and nobody left on. Back here at Citi Field, here's the left fielder, Mark Cannon. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. So he's back out to begin the 8th. Been a really nice outing for him so far, Singy.
He's throwing the ball really well. Kept hitters off balance. He's been very efficient with that pitch count.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Forget it.
Man, he just barely got that one out of here. You've got to love the effort and left to try and bring it back. He had a good shot at it. Just couldn't quite pull it off. It would have been a stunner if he did.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're at the top of the 8th. Right-hander kick steals. Goes down looking.
Well, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
He swings and fouls one off. One out, base is empty. Outside low, and the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, McDowell.
What?
stanky leg on that one right there. That curveball just locked him up.
Back to the top of the Detroit order. Akil Baddoo up now for the Tigers. And first offering is fouled off. The Mets up big in this one here in the second game of the series. Swings through that one for strike two.
No more, 2 strikes.
And right back to the mound. Third out, that ends the frame. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. Last half of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th. And now the catcher comes up to him. Francisco Alvarez. The right-hander back to work. Puts a bunt down. Torkelson steps on the bag. One up, one down. Next is the DH. A switch hitter. Ronnie Mauricio.
This kid's power really stands out. Even though he's a top prospect, I still thought it was going to take time before he started to hit bombs, but I was wrong. I didn't think he'd be able to adjust this quickly.
Makes the catch for the out. 2 down.
Ryan,
And
get out
now
of there. She's
Tyrone Taylor. Gets the bunt down the right side. And he grabs it foul. 2 down, nobody on. And he drops it down the third baseline. And he picks it up in foul territory. Lays down a bunt to the right side. Torkelson. And they put the tag on him. That's the third out in. And welcome back to the ballpark. Gio Urshela to the plate. First pitch misses. Got a good eye there.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, really to get ahead in the count. At times, pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
Bounced up the middle. Tosses to first. And they get the leadoff man in the 9th. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. Just something about that 9th inning. But being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Nimmo makes the catch. 2 down. So they're down to their final out. Kerry Carpenter up now for the Tigers. Ground ball to short, miss out of do it. On the first, ball game. And the Mets swept their way to a win in this one.
It seemed like from the first pitch of this ball game, this guy was going to get it done. Quality start, who knew? He'd throw a complete game and get the victory. But an excellent job.